Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kadash. That is all praise to the Most High in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, the ancient Paleo Hebrew. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who wrote well. A shalom to the hopeful elect. I wanted to get into the scriptural concept that the Most High is going to use the elect in the time of the end, in the time of the Most High's destruction, he's going to use the elect to be his weapons of warfare, okay? And use them to exact the judgment upon his enemies and upon the ones that he has allotted to be destroyed in that time, okay? They bring it out. They have a term reserved for it called the apocalypse, which is simply a destructive event on a catastrophic scale, okay? So it doesn't mean the end of the world specifically per se, because they say it goes into the destruction of the world, right? It's misconstrued and misinterpreted as, but it really just goes into destruction on an epic catastrophic scale. All right, and that's indeed what this time is going to be like never before. But the Most High is going to use his men to do a portion of that destruction. If you know anything about the Most High being a man of war, his the way he maneuvers and his system and setup is structured militarily, okay? And this scripture we're going to open up with Jeremiah 51 and 12 being reserved for the ground troops of the Most High. Okay, this is one of the main precepts that goes into the elect being the ground troops of the Heavenly Father as reserved by the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down. Okay, when you hear about that term, the ground troops of the Most High, okay, it talks about him having coming with a multitude of angels. All right, the multitudes of heaven, the hosts, the heavenly armies, going into his air force, okay, air support and attack, of course, and his navy. That's when you go into the naval attack that the Most High is going to bring from the Leviathan, all right, and other creatures of that are just as well, we'll say that are made for vengeance, all right, that are in the waters and in the deep, that the Most High has reserved and in wait to destroy, okay, in this time that he's going to roll out. But you're going into the ground troops, which are the elect, the men that he has as sleeper cells that are lying in wait in this time, in fucking captivity, but that he was going to set in order, all right, and prepare for the battle. So let's get it. It's in Jeremiah 51 and 12. It says, set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. All right, and when you go into what a standard is, it goes into an ensign or an insignia or a pole or a sigil, okay? And going into war in ancient format of the battlefield and of war, of course, there was preparations for war, all right? And the standard was the gathering of the troops, all right, to whatever side, right? And of course, you have different platoons, you have different troops within the army. Each the two different opposing sides of battle or in war. Okay, you have many, sometimes many different squadrons, battalions, troops. See all these different terms that are reserved for small units. Okay, units. See, that's another one. All right, a company. Right, what was that? Fucking 6, 7 terms right there. They go into a smaller group of soldiers within an army. Okay, so these a standard was pretty much that. Um, it was an insignia or a sign or a pole, um, telling the telling the soldiers to rally. Okay, to rally at this area at this point. When you go into standard etymology, it goes into a military rallying point. Okay, verbatim. So this was an area where the troops were being gathered in preparation for war. All right, so and that's what this time is being done now. The standard is being set. Okay, likened into the fishing of the men is another analogy for the soldiers being recruited. Okay, that's the standard, this military rallying point, and these are set up all throughout Babylon. Okay, and extended around the world. This is the Most High that's setting up his sleeper cells. Okay, and the troops are being rallied and recruited. They're being set in order. Battle preparations are being made. Right, these men are being perfected, being made hard, being more battle ready. Their fury's being turned up. All right, they're being these men are continuously on a path of growth and maturation in this truth, of course. So all these things is analogies for these men being improved and more ready for the battle, which starts in the mind first. Okay, and then of course, on another side note, these men are undergoing this process to be rulers of the next kingdom. Okay, so all these military rallying points, these troops, these battalions, squadrons around Babylon that are being rallied right now. Okay, it says make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes. All right. If you know anything about a watchman, it goes into watching out for fucking the hostile, enemy, looking out for the opposing forces. Okay. And in this case, for the prophecies of the destruction that's set to destroy this fucking place, man. Okay. Let's get this. Jeremiah 51:12 in the Blue Letter. Okay. And get this word. Let's get it on cue. Slovakia. Alright. So it says, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes, for Yahweh hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. Okay. So prepare the ambushes. All right, so not only are we on our watch, that eventually is gonna lead to an ambush, as it's telling you. We're preparing to ambush. Okay. You go into that. It is a rob. Okay. The Ra, and the Ba. Okay. And you drop the A, and it says what is that? Strong's H693. It says to lie in wait, to ambush, or to lurk. Okay? Ambushers, liars in wait, to lay in ambush. Okay? This is in, let's drop this down. That's straight. That's straight. Let's get this real quick. To lie in wait. Okay. To be cunning. All right. Astute. To act cunningly. All right. And that's heavy because when understanding the characteristics, the MO of a snake, all right, they lie in wait. We were told to be wise as a serpent, all right? For these people, that's how we're supposed to maneuver in this fucking society. For these people not to know what we have under our sleeve, okay? What talks about to teach subtlety. What is that in Proverbs 1, right? So we're maneuvering cunningly out here in this time, man. That these people don't know what we have under our sleeve. Literally likened into that fucking retractable blade that comes in and out that will hit you with in the rib, and you didn't even know it was coming. Okay, before it's too fucking late. And that's what it is, man. You think that's one of the most effective ways to. How do you think Esau has got obtained what he's gotten? Okay, he's gotten that through being cunning. But one of the most effective ways of offing a motherfucker is getting in with them, right? Deceiving them, getting in with them, and making them think you're cool with them, and then you destroy them. Okay, like the snake does. Proverbs 1. Okay. The KJV says, we'll start at the 4th verse. To give subtlety, which is also subtlety or subtlety to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion. And you'll see that subtlety, it means to be cunning, all right, to be crafty, but on the right side, okay? Because it's not for nefarious purposes that we're doing it. We're doing it to ultimately to destroy you for being wicked based off an order from the Yahweh Shem Yahushai. See, all this, of course, not to lose sight of the fact that everything that is done is according to the Most High's order, okay? And he just uses vessels to do it. And in this case, he's going to use the elect to destroy many, okay? Back in this, what is this in the Hebrew Chaldee or the Browns? I think, yeah, this is the Hebrew Chaldee. It says, of intertwining, weaving, also of twisting, spinning, and of often applied to craftiness and snares. Okay? So look at that. It's likened unto weaving what? And twisting, spinning a web, right? To get you caught up in. Okay, so we use that on the right hand side as well. It talks about, it's just as aforementioned, to be wise as a serpent, to be serpentile, man, but on the right hand side. We might just have to get that in the etymology momentarily. So, okay, let's see. It says Elsewhere put absolutely for to watch in ambush. Okay, so what did that say about the watchman? This we're watching ultimately to warn of the destruction, but to an extent, we're going to take the elect is going to take part in that destruction at some point. Okay, so it's likened unto them watching for an opening for to strike, based off, of course, off the green light from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But he's going to soften this fucking place up. The Most High is going to soften this place up with destruction and calamities. All right, and then he's going to allow his men to come in and be the creature for vengeance. All right, for the Most High's vengeance. It says liars in wait. Okay, often cold meaning collective. Liars meaning a liar in wait, often collective liars in wait, because it's an army. It's an army. Okay, a body of soldiers set in ambush. There it is. Okay, to set an ambush. So this specifically goes in ambush. It goes into them that are lying in wait to pretty much catch you fucking slipping. So to wait for that opening. See, so the watching goes into that too. Okay, to see when this place gets fucking to look for the cracks and the at the as a result of this place crumbling. Okay, so that's what the Most High has said. All right, the elect, the ground troops, to to uh, to recon at this time. It's almost likened into reconnaissance as well. All right, which is what you do in battle, in preparation for battle. Okay, to get your strategy, um, to develop your strategy for for attack. Okay, which is likened to what is going down right now in this time with the men of the Most High. All right. It says, for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. So this is his, just as we just said, his tactics and his strategy. Okay, that he has devised, because devised is often reserved for planning. Okay, when you devise a plan, right? And he said it's done. It's already done. Okay, this is already performed, just as it was written. You best believe that it's going to come to pass, and really already has. If you understand the essence of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai being outside of time. Okay. So let's get this real quick. Proverbs 1 and 4. It's subtlety. All right. Subtlety means shrewdness, craftiness. Okay. Prudence. Look at this. Guile. See? Wily. All right. So to be guile and to be wily is often reserved, is often designated for something that's negative. Okay. It's often associated with something negative. All right. But in this case, it's on the right side. All right. Trickery, in a good sense. Wow. Discretion, guile, prudence, subtlety. or subtlety. Why, Wildy, what is that? How do you say that? Man, so look at that trickery in a good sense. So look at this. And that's how it is with us. It says, "Be at peace with all men." Um, that brothers have always said this, that in this society we're upstanding citizens, so to speak, that they desire to be around us, right? They they rave at how well we um, we carry ourselves and maneuver, okay, to where they fucking enlist that fucking bodies, man. They solicit our services and, for different things. They appoint us to different tasks and different positions, right? That are actually very sensitive to them, all right, to these different people, whether it be a company or an actual an individual, okay, all right. They entrust us. That's the word I was looking for. They entrust us with a lot of sensitive information to the people, okay, right. So we're in there likening to a Trojan horse, okay. It's that trickery in a good sense, man. They think not that we're their best fucking friend, but you know that they can trust us, right? But in actuality, the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai are going to be engines of their overthrow. Think about that, all right? They're literally going to be components of their destruction, all right? To ambush means to hide or conceal or lay an ambush. All right, ambush as a noun are troops concealed to surprise an enemy. An ambush, a trap. Okay, so that's exactly what the men of the Al-Bashir Malashai are set up as, the ground troops. All right, the sleeper cells. But you had no fucking idea that was for your destruction. Okay. Going to a secretive group of spies, okay, or agents that remain inactive within a target population until ordered to act. Okay, and fill in the fucking blanks. Spit out the bones and fill in the fucking blanks. Okay. All right. This is in Jeremiah 16:16, and that's the problem with anybody who tries to take this book, all right, and misinterpret and really it's likened to miswielding a sword. Okay. Go and try to play around with some of these bladed weapons. Okay. Go these bladed weapons of old, of the ancient days and shit, and even of medieval times and all the times before these pussy ass guns and shit. Right. Go and try to play with some of these bladed weapons and see if you're not gonna hurt yourself. All right. And a lot of times, some people many a time have killed themselves, all right, trying to wield something, all right, to wield a bladed weapon without the proper skill, and that's what it's likening to, all right. You're getting yourself and a lot of other people fucked up with the misinterpretation of these scriptures, all right, and this is one of the main scriptural concepts in this book, man. With the Most High is going to use he's going to use his men, and of course of Israel. All right, that he will lay his hands on Edom, uh, by Israel, by way of Israel, at the behest of his people, of a select group of his people. All right, his chosen. All right, that's the part of the gospel. But hundreds of thousands of dollars, um, you know, fucking multi six figure um, seminary degree isn't going to go into that, man. All right? That's why these scriptures are written in code. They're esoteric, which means it's written, it's exclusive, so that the people that the Most High didn't, that he didn't intend to receive it, were not going to fucking receive it. And not only that, that they were going to get fucking tripped up by it. Okay? But the ones that were intended to receive it would receive it, okay? And in code. This is in Jeremiah 16 up. 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and they shall fish them. And afterward send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. And that's heavy because we break this down, okay? We know the beautiful breakdown for this. It's very plain, okay? It talks about it shows you to these New Testament Bible thumpers, okay? It shows you that right here that the New Testament are simply corroborations, of course, but in a lot of times reiterations, because something that corroborates something confirms it, right? Or says it in they have or you have different like things called a rephrasing. Okay, you have rephrasing of different scriptures, but then you have the scriptures written pretty much as they are in the Old Testament, straight up reiterated in the New. Okay, we don't even like using those terms, the Old and New Testament. All right, because that wasn't what it was given when these writings were transcribed. Okay, but it goes to show you, oftentimes in the New Testament, Salakia, oftentimes in the times of Yahweh Shai, okay, it goes into being fishers of men, all right? And that's into the recruiting of the men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, okay, to this ministry. While this ministry at this time is physically passive, not spiritually, because really it's fucking, it's spiritually fierce, okay? If you knew if you could see in the spiritual realm what this is doing, okay? The blows and the fucking critical strikes that it's giving into the enemy, into this, and to this fucking wicked, sinful regime that's global, okay? But while it's physically passive now, it's going to graduate to physically combatant, okay? Physically active, all right? So it's another way pretty much of saying them being fished is likened into the standard, okay? It said, set up the standard in Babylon, the rallying points, likened into the fishing, okay? And then it said, set up the ambush to be ready and poised to strike for that time when it's ready lying in wait, like it said, right? For when it's time to fucking to attack. Okay, and then which is exactly what it says here, to fish and then hunt. All right, rally, rally the troops and then ambush. All right, this is in Wisdom of Solomon 5:17. He shall take his to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. Okay, and the creature is the elect. All right, the ones that the Most High has characteristically dealt with. All right, since the beginning of time. These were the first creations of Yahweh Shai. All right, behind the first creation of the Most High. Okay. Let's say in Isaiah 41:15, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Okay, so it just said in Wisdom of Solomon that he was going to make the creature his weapon. All right, the creature, the elect. And then right here, it tells you he's gonna make them into a new sharp weapon. All right. All weapon is an instrument. All right, it's an instrument of destruction, an instrument to destroy. All right, and that's what he's gonna turn these men into weapons that the world has never seen, and that this proves it. All right, into something that's new. So performing things that haven't been seen before, that's what new is. All right, unprecedented. Performing things that haven't been performed preceding that time. That's what unprecedented means, man. New. Okay. I mean, that's plain. That's plain. You know. Let's get this in Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore, wait ye upon me until saith the Al Bashim Shai, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And we just went into the Most High jealousy in Wisdom of Solomon 5. Okay, his jealousy is going to be recompensed with destruction. That's going to be exacted by his exacted upon this place by the Most High, by way of his men. Okay, like it just says, who is he telling to wait? Who is he telling to wait for unto the day that he rises to the prey? Who is that talking about, man? Okay, that's his ground troops. And it's the spirit, because the Most High is gathering the nations into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat as we speak. Okay, with that shit that just went over down, what they're calling and already declaring is called the Israeli-Hamas war. All right, that they're already fucking coming out with the narrative that Hamas is Iran backed, okay, which is according to the prophecy. All right. So these nations are being gathered right now, telling you how close we are and to go time. All right. Lord will we're a part of that number, but the elect he already has this set up to go down this way. The elect is gonna be the motherfucking the special forces, the Most High's ground troops, the spec ops here, sleeper cells that are gonna come through and just go hunting, decimating everything in their path, man. Okay, going into that new sharp threshing instrument. Okay, having teeth. Okay. So when you go into this, Zephaniah 8, it goes literally into ambush, into lying in wait. That's what we're waiting. Okay, we're waiting for the fucking attack. All right, that's why you can't get hasty with the shit. All right, because when you look at the military, primarily World War One is when they started. It was pretty much like revolutionary warfare. Okay, revolutionary means we want to see that. Okay, it was that was unprecedented as well, meaning it hadn't been experienced before. That type of warfare. Okay, when something's revolutionary, okay, baby, look at that. What's revolutionary? Okay, involving or causing a complete or dramatic change. Okay, so there was a dramatic change in the way that warfare was fought. Okay, in World War One, and what was one of their main tactics, war tactics at that time? Okay, it was called a concerted attack. All right, they called it something else, but that's more of an astute term for it. But it is pretty much because concerted means all together. Okay, so it was a concerted attack from all angles. All right, so you had the Air Force. All right, the air attack coming through with fucking air fire, right? Turrets on that shit, which is turret fire from these planes, and of course dropping fucking bombs. And then you had tank fire, all right, the ground troops, tank fire, and of course the actual troops, soldiers with fucking with their rifles blasting, right? You had that attack, and you had an attack coming from the sea as well, a naval attack, all right, storming the fucking beaches. So you had all these attacks. That's what they would try to do. They try to do all the attacks at once, and a concerted attack to try to do all the attacks at once so it could be most effective. And your enemy, your opposing troops, opposing forces, they couldn't recover from the attack, right? Or they couldn't fucking retreat. Okay, it's pretty much like no way for them really to defend against that shit. All right, and that's what's gonna be in this time. That's why you can't get fucking hasty. We're waiting for to get everything in place to where it's gonna be a flawless victory. Okay, and anything else, right? Anything to try to do it before its time or outside of the order that the Most High set is it's not gonna thwart the Most High's plan. Best believe that. It's usually gonna get yourself fucked up. Okay, but best believe the elect is going to fulfill the objective, right? Is going to finish the mission. This is in Zeph. Okay, so it says to wait, all right? It says to wait. Okay. To wait, Slovakia must be the root. Wait ye, right? And that's heavy because that word to pierce, to wait, it's basically likened unto you being fastened into something, because when something's pierced or like a stake, it's driven into the ground, it's not going any fucking where. That's how stationary you have to be to wait upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. Let's see. This word to rise, right? So wait ye till I rise to the prey. So this word to rise means okay, here it is. It says to arise in a hostile sense. Okay. If you know anything about war, that's you'll know that the opposing force in battle is called a hostile. Okay. A hostile is a stranger or an enemy. Okay. There it is. Hostile, of or belonging to an enemy, of an enemy belonging to or characteristic of the enemy. Stranger, foreigner, it says an enemy. Where did it say? It said an unfriendly, right? Let's see that word, enemy. Because they call when your ally accidentally blasts on you, they call that friendly fire. Okay, so they call in war, they call your enemy, they call them an unfriendly. All right, and it just said that, right? From Latin, inimicus, unfriendly. Oh yeah, that's because that's enemy. Yeah. That's right. So this is your fucking opposing force in battle. So that's what we're rising up to, right? It's in a hostile sense. Enemy etymology. All right. Damn. In amicus, not a friend. So unfriendly. One hateful toward an intent of harming. Okay. So that's what in war the opposing force is looking to harm you, looking to fucking kill you. Okay. Let's get the it'll say going to hostile. Yep. An unfriend noun says meaning, it says hostile. Let's see if I can highlight the shit. Fucking shaitan, my G. See? So in a hostile sense, this is for war, right? That the Most High is having us, is setting us up to lie in wait for. All right. It says wait for the day, and then it says that we're being set in ambush, meaning to be liars and waiting for the attack, for the strike. It says wait for the day that I rise ye up. This is right. Rise up in a hostile sense, right? Rise up to your enemies in war, to decimate them in a flawless victory. To arise, it says to become powerful. So we have to wait till the Most High gives us the power. It says, till I rise, ye up to pray. It says, with Him rising us up, is going to come power, okay? To come on the scene, all right? To be fulfilled when He gives us those abilities, man. When He lifts up the standard. All right, let's see. It says to arise against one. All right. And that's good. That was the point, though. But if I'm not mistaken, it expounds as it expounds that it is a military connotation to this, man. Okay. And then, of course, let's get this to the prey. To the prey means to in the sense of the aim of an attack. Okay. So wait, all right, lie and wait until the day that I rise ye up, like it says, right, to rise ye up in a hostile sense. Rise ye up to becoming powerful, right? And we know that He's going to endow those men with spiritual powers. Okay, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Most High will lift up a standard. Okay, and let's see. Let's see what it says in the. That's good. But let's get this back in Jeremiah. All right. 51 and 12. All right. Let's see this standard, right? This word standard. Okay. Like we said, something lifted, to lift up, standard, signal, banner. All right. The military rallying point. But check this. All right. When the enemy shall come in like a flood. Okay. Check this out. Should come in like a flood. So the standard. Bam. See? So this is a different word. Okay? So that sign and sign, of course, is that rallying point. But this standard is different. Let's get it. Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh Shem El Shai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Shem El Shai shall lift up a standard against him. All right? And this is not to be confused with the standard that was set around Babylon to rally the troops. This is a different standard, okay? If I'm not mistaken, it's the root of it. But see, it has different applications. These words have different applications, different tenses, different forms, okay? That's why, through the spirit power of Shem El Shai, I have a lesson entitled From a Standard to a Standard, okay? Because the standard, this military rallying point, okay, the rallying of the troops is going to graduate into this standard, okay? The endowing of the spiritual powers upon the men of Yahweh Shem El Shai. It says to flee, to escape, all right? It says to take flight, to disappear. All right, so right there, and you have men doing that in the scriptures. All right, levitating. All right, which is they've done studies that that man exerts. He exerts I'm not sure if it's a chemical or what it's classified as, but he exerts something called a Torsian field, okay, through meditation and whatever else, of course, it's through the operation of the elements, of course, we know it's through that, all right, and right, different meditative states can take you and get you some form of it, right, it's not the fucking, the full form of it, of course, but, through meditation, you can achieve some form of that, right? And that's how motherfuckers will levitate and shit. They're exerting a torsion field, okay? It runs contour, which means against. It runs contour to gravity, okay? So it's cool. These men are going to be able to, and in the scriptures, men that have taken flight, all right? And men that have defied the laws of physics. All right, and that's what these men are going to do. He says to disappear. Of course, the account of Yahweh Shai when he teleported. All right, instant transmission up out of there. Okay, it says to drive at. Okay, to drive at. That's like taking it to a motherfucker. Because when you drive, you're driving a sword or as aforementioned, one of those bladed weapons. You're driving into a motherfucker, a spear, an axe. Okay, sword. It says to put to flight. So that it says not only to take flight, but to put to flight, meaning to put to death. All right. To have the ability to put motherfuckers to flight, man. Okay, to drive hastily. Because when you drive something, just as we mentioned, not only drive it, but you're gonna drive it hastily because of that enhanced abilities. Okay, so it's to cause, to disappear, to hide. All right, to vanish away, to chase, to impel, deliver. Causatively, right? A bait to way to be displayed. And ultimately, what this is going to do is going to be, what's going to be abated is any form of harm to us. All right? Because that's what's going to be the objective, is to everyone, their hand to be upon us. All right? to attempt to destroy us. Okay? And let's finish it off right here. It says, in John 18:36, it says, Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. Okay? So, when Yahushua returns, is going to be the time for his servants to fight. Okay? Which you wonder how this was lost on the world. The fact that the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, of Yahushai, are going to be doing some ultimate damage in that time. Okay? Let's go into this servant. Because it literally goes into exacting judgment, Jordan. Let's see. Where are we at? Where are we at? 1836. Servants. Pirates, right? Songs G 5257. It says, an under rower, subordinate rower, anyone who serves with hands, a servant in the New Testament of the officers and attendants of magistrates, as of the officer who executes penalties. Okay? So a servant is likened unto one that executes the penalties of his superior. Okay? And such is the case of the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the elect of the nation of Israel, that is going to exact penalties and judgment, going to execute judgment upon the ones that the Most High has allotted for destruction, man. Okay? And then it goes on, anyone who aids another in any work, an assistant, okay? Liken it to a vessel, okay? Or the brother Monatazar brought it out, a mercenary, okay? Because we're going to get paid for this as well. We're going to get paid for carrying out the objective of the Heavenly Father in the form of the destruction of his enemies, all right? Of his targets, taking out the Most High's targets that he has, okay? Metaphorical, getting that metaphorical dossier file to have for the ones that the Most High needs to take out, okay? And that's how it is with the angels, okay? He gives them the directive, the objective, and they go and they perform that work to perfection. Okay? And such is the case for the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. If you go into that word, such with my servants fight, that word fight literally means to fight against the enemy, to contend with the opposing force, as in war. Okay? And that's exactly what's going to go down in this time. When in the end, when the Most High uses the creature for his vengeance. that. All honor, praise, and glory to that.